down.
And thank God COVID took a couple pounds
Well,
off.
unfortunately, my mom passed away due to COVID the day after Christmas. So let's not play that.
Yeah.
To celebrate surviving cancer, Eleanor Bullock wanted the perfect dress to party in. The dress the defendant created was not only the wrong color, but it was also not ready in time for the party. She is suing for $425. Defendant Angela Turner claims the plaintiff never told her she was unhappy with the dress and never even bothered to pick it up. Angela says she did the work, so she owes nothing.
First, I should say to the plaintiff, Eleanor, congratulations. I'm very happy that, as I understand it, you are a breast cancer survivor.
I am.
I'm very happy for you for
Thank
that.
you. Thank you, Your Honor.
That is more important than anything else. You were going to have a celebration of life party,
Celebration of life, absolutely.
and you wanted her to make a pink dress for you.
Breast cancer pink dress.
And I guess that's the dress we're talking about there.
That is.
It's a very pretty dress. I wouldn't wear it.
I hope not, but okay.
Yeah. I look better in tights. Sorry, go ahead.
Your Honor, this starts back in March of 2019 when I was actually diagnosed with breast cancer. Once I heard the word cancer, I kind of left the room mentally, and that was 2 weeks after my birthday in March. So after a year of treatment, radiation, when March came in 2020, that was to be my 60th birthday. I'm over the major hurdle, so I started planning the party of the century.
She told me the story about being, being diagnosed with breast cancer. So I actually felt kind of honored to do this because she's celebrating. This is a moment for her.
Yeah.
Live entertainment, open bar, professionally catered, upwards of $10,000 for this party. In January, I started looking for a seamstress to make a dress, the dress of my dream. Guests were asked to wear black and white. The reason being, I was coming in a popping pink color, the only person in that color.
Sure.
All the decorations in the room were popping pink, the centerpiece cake, everything was done in pink. Everything was done and paid for but this dress. I was recommended to Angela from a person that I trusted.
Yeah, she was referred to me from a happy client.
I showed her the picture of what I wanted and I said, do you think she can do this? She said, well, ask her. I don't know, ask her. So I went to see Angela.
If you go in my studio, you will see a mess because being a seamstress, being a professional, I am a doula, I'm a Girl Scout leader, a cookie mom, a mentor. I wear so many hats. So you would see my studio is kind of like you doing some work.
But I wanted a dress like this. So I showed it to Angela. She assured me, sure I can do that. I said, well, the day is the 31st of January, which was the day I saw her. I said, the party is going to be on March 7th. Can you have this dress ready by March 1st?
The dress was ready on the 1st.
We talked about color. I told her I wanted a breast cancer pink. I rep breast cancer.
Yeah.
And that particular day, I had on a sweater that was pink, and my nails were really pink. So I said to Angela, I want a pink kind of like these nails, a breast cancer pink.
As you see, I took a picture of the sweater and the nails. So I said, okay, is it within this family? Because I need a broad. I can't go to one fabric store and then pick out like, oh, perfect, for her nails. No, if they don't have that, I need something else. So as long as it's within the family. I did pick out
Would you wear that dress to a party?
Another pink that was in my room. And she said, not that color. That was a little hot pink.
It was burgundy.
Now, when it was not burgundy, it was like
burgundy.
a magenta pink because I have that fabric in my closet.
This one was in your basement.
Absolutely.
Okay, here's the question I want to know. Was there ever a time before you made the final payment where you said, okay, that's the color I want, or no, I don't want this color?
I was never given the opportunity.
Ooh.
This dress that she has in front of you with this fabric, she never showed me a fabric before she said, this is the fabric we're going to make your dress out of. This is something I think she had in her basement.
Hang on.
And I never saw a receipt for the so-called $75 extra that she charged. I asked her, I said, well, how much would this dress cost? She said $350. I said, is that everything? She said, that's everything. She took some measurements and I left. I didn't hear from Miss Angela no more until I called her. And this is about 2-3 weeks down the road. I'm wondering why I haven't been called about swatches of color or coming in for a fitting. I placed several calls to her, no calls back, but then I got a text from her. She said, sorry, I was texting the wrong number. So that text went out several days after I was trying to reach her. So I started to get a little worried, as you can see. I'm saying to her, I don't have a plan B. Are we going to be okay? So finally, on the 27th of February, after some communications, and it looked like she started this dress 10 minutes before I walked in the door. There was no zippers, there was no nothing. It was just pieces of fabric held together by straight pins. And I said to her, the party is next Saturday. Are you going to be ready March 1st? Sure, no problem. The very next day, I think I left that day in tears with my husband because two things. One, I noticed the color wasn't breast cancer pink, it was more of a peach. And two, she's putting me off every day, not ready with this dress. Clearly hadn't done much on the dress.
If you know how to make a dress,
There were just pins. I'm a nurse, Your Honor.
so
I'm
you
a
have no
nurse by
idea how
trade.
to do it.
All right.
You have
And
no
I'm not
idea.
a seamstress.
Okay.
So that Friday, the very next day, which was the 28th, and I have that in there as well,
I see it.
I went to David's Bridals because now I'm thinking this is going to be a problem.
Okay, I see where you're going with this. The original agreement was that she would have the dress ready on March 1st.
Correct.
But you were getting worried because it was late February already, and you hadn't even had the fitting, so you decided, I better come up with a plan B because in 1 week is the party.
Correct.
Okay, but did you know that was going to be the color of the dress?
Not until the day I came when it was 9 days before the party. That's the
a
day I
lie.
left her house in tears.
That's a lie.
The day before I went to
because
David's Bridals.
how I
Okay.
know that's a lie, because after you had that fitting, as your receipt shows, that's when you went to
The next
David's
day.
Bridal after that.
The
So
next
you
day.
already knew from the door that you were not going to, you didn't like this dress, period.
The color.
So you had every opportunity to come to me and say, hey, we need to change something. I do this. This is what I do. So I have times when I stay up late at night, I am tired. My husband can contest where I'm drinking Red Bulls
Okay.
5 hours to where I have to stay up to finish something
You
for
started
someone.
that dress 10 minutes before I came for the first fitting.
I'm looking at texts here, and I see,
I hope she gave you all the text messages.
okay, I see on March 1st, which is when it was supposed to be completed initially, and you text her, good afternoon, Eleanor. I have a client that went into labor this afternoon. I will call you later today. If
Which
I
she
get
never
back
did.
too late today, tomorrow at 5 or 5:30, is that okay for you, or Tuesday? And you said Tuesday is better, and you said, okay, so,
Okay, yep.
all right. And the event is March 7th?
Correct, and the dress wasn't
Okay.
ready on the 3rd.
Okay. Hi, Eleanor, confirming today at 5 or 5:30. But
And I
that's
would like to
March
talk to that
3rd.
too.
March 3rd. March 7th, you say, hi, Eleanor, good morning. Dress has been ready for pickup. Let me know when you're available to pick it up. And then she says back to you, you breached our agreement from the beginning when you failed to contact me and I had to reach out to you. You truly frightened me about time, causing me to secure a contingency plan. What did you wind up wearing to the party?
The dress that I settled for at David's Bridal, because it was a formal affair, this I wouldn't wear to the corner store. But the formal
Well,
dress
that-
that I had on from David's Bridal,
Okay.
although the color is not what I wanted, I settled for it because it's pink.
I understand you're upset, but that
But I delivered what she wanted. It wasn't to her liking, as she should have told me. Now, because she said, I'm going to strap this
Yeah.
down. I don't want to show this. I'm going to strap this
It
down.
wasn't strapped down in that dress.
Yeah, because it's 2 times the size of you now. This is made to her exact measurements.
Unfortunately,
but because
I had
I'm going to strap
COVID.
this down.
And thank God COVID took a couple pounds
Well,
off.
unfortunately, my mom passed away due to COVID the day after Christmas. So let's not play that.
Yeah, yeah.
Please don't.
Sorry, no, that's not fair.
Well,
That's-
what was said
that's
was
not fair.
2 times
You
the
don't have to
size. I
disparage
lost
her.
weight behind COVID.
Well, my
That's
mother's
nothing to
going
brag
behind
about.
COVID. So what are
Okay.
you saying? You ain't saying nothing. Yeah.
She made a dress. It's not the dress you wanted.
Look at it.
I understand where you're both coming from. I don't think there's any question you put work in, and that's what you do. And just looking at it, that's a very pretty
mess.
dress.
A mess.
Well, okay, being a father of a daughter who went through this with wedding dresses, part of your business is not just your artistic skill, which you obviously have, but from a client point of view, part of getting a dress for an event is what's built up in the person's mind and the worries and the concerns and when you get down to not in her mind knowing for sure, you may be sure that the dress is going to be ready on time,
Absolutely.
but she's not.
Right.
And she had reason to worry about it because there had been already changes because of things that happened in your life. Putting myself in her position, if it's a day or two before the event or even that day, and you're still not sure, for whatever reason, you're not sure that the dress is going to be ready, that puts a damper on the whole event because you've been so scared the day or two leading up to it that by the time the event is there, you're exhausted. The emotional cost of it. One of the things, when it was recommended that you should be hired, is that you would not only put a nice dress, but that is something she could check off a list. The event was not what it was hoped to be because she had those days of worry, and so therefore I fine for the plaintiff in the sum of $425.
Thank you, Judge Jerry.
Thank you.
Things that she did say, well, it was intense. That's the shell of the fabric. That's what it's supposed to be when you're doing the first fitting. That's how it's supposed to be.
I couldn't tell you any person that I know that would have worn that dress.
Hey YouTube, thanks for watching. For more Judge Jerry, click here. For more Jerry Springer, click here.